Every time we can't think of something, somehow we always default to whatever Scootaloo suggests. I cannot fathom how this always occurs. We could kill Twilight Sparkle. I always suggest killing Twilight Sparkle, but instead, we covered ourselves in honey and pine needles.
Well, I thought the plan was logical. I figured for sure we'd attract hummingbirds this way. If we'd caught one for a pet, I would have been so thrilled.
You can't catch hummingbirds with honey, baby.
Wait, well then now I'm just confused. I thought this was your idea.
Everything we do is to satisfy Scootaloo's stupid primal urges. I always want to do something else, but somehow I'm always outvoted.
One of these days, my ideas are gonna pay off, baby. Then we'll have all the honey we want.
I thought you said honey for the hummies. Maybe honeys, okay.
Birds, honeys, whatever slang you gotta use, baby. We're gonna have a lot of whatever it is, just as soon as I figure out the key to doing it.
I have an idea. What if we seduce Twilight Sparkle to death?
I will admit that does sound like a good way to spend the afternoon.
Thrakkerzad, how's that gonna work? You get her to lean down for a kiss and then you kick her in the head?
How about we work on doing that? But instead of kicking her in the head, we instead just caress her gently.
No. Seduction is all about subtlety. If we kick her in the head, it's like playing hard to get. It will draw her in further.
I don't know. Sounds self-defeating to me. This might be hard to swallow, Thrakkerzad, but you might be worse at love than Scootaloo.
Baby, everybody is clumsier at love than Scootaloo. That don't mean other ponies need to feel bad about it.
Damn it, I am trying to meet you guys halfway here. Can we please just seduce/kill Twilight Sparkle for once?
I kinda wanna go home and just play Monopoly or something.
Baby, you can go home and play Monopoly anytime. But how often do we seduce Twilight Sparkle?
Probably about as often as we play Monopoly by my count. You guys always turn me down. I don't know what it is. Every single day, you just want to kill Twilight Sparkle or go seduce something. Do y'all ever get tired of trying to find new ways to do the same thing all the time? And for that matter, we could probably very well seduce Twilight Sparkle anytime we want if we could.
If we do it right, we'll only have to do it once.
Are y'all referring to the seduction or the murder?
Both.
Okay, well, supposing we have nothing in common, which is pretty darn likely, and we get in a fight with her, which is pretty darn likely, and then we break up.
It won't matter because she will be dead.
Okay, well, what if she just comes back as a zombie? Then you got egg on your face.
Then she's already lost her soul properly, and I don't care. Beyond what would be expected of a normal pony.
Twilight is already kinda soulless, if I can be totally upfront with y'all about my opinions.
Don't even joke about that. I don't have an interest in her soul, if that's what you're wondering. But if she didn't have one, by Lord Azathoth's 100 screaming mouths, I will have a normal emotional response.
Let's just start with the seduction, baby, and work everything out from there. Let Scootaloo do the talking. Really, all the problems facing Equestria today are internal. You take Mayor Mare, and she's just a picture of incompetence, for example. That's good, baby. And the more serious problem is that tomorrow's generation is gonna have to pick up the slack. And from what I've seen, I kind of doubt that you guys have the gumption. I have the gumption for the bumpin'. You know, when I was your age, I used to study non-stop. That's how I enjoyed my free time. Every single finished book was like a little packet of life satisfaction. I'm into satisfaction, baby. Of course, I came from really good family stock. My brother's in the Royal Guard, you know, and we used to get into these high-profile events. Ceremonies with Celestia personally present, although I didn't know her then. God, I wish I did. I'm a little ball of fire myself, baby, and I could surprise you too. Of course, I'm just the right temperature up close. Point is, all that studying paid off, in the broadest sense. Out of the blue, I got an acceptance letter from Canterlot School for Gifted Ponies, signed by the princess and everything. I don't remember the exact process because I was little, but after I got accepted, I still had to pass an exam to prove I could do the magic. A lot of kids struggle at that age, and I did too, but I knew the theory perfectly. A little bit of huffing and puffing, and voila! Spike popped out of an egg. Apparently that kind of magic power is really rare even among adults, so it was pretty amazing I could pull it off. Must have been some kind of latent ability though, because it wasn't until later that I could really do magic consistently. But when I got a little older, my cutie mark showed up and that was that. A cutie mark for fate, like star-crossed love. And now you're in Ponyville. Who can say where that little glittering diamond of the sky will lead those sexy haunches now, baby? Home. Because I'm sick of talking to kids. Well, okay, baby. We've got to be at Rarity's house for lunch anyway, but if you ever get a hungering for Scootaloo, you just scream my name at the top of your lungs and I'll come running.
I must confess, a less than enthusiastic opinion of Scootaloo's performance.
Sometimes it's all about the waiting game, baby. You've just gotta let that love sink in a little. Give her time to fantasize in our absence.
I would like to suggest a more aggressive approach, followed by more aggressive murder.
I think you and I have two totally different ways of enticing the ladies, baby. Oh, are you guys talking about teasing the little boys at school? Not exactly, baby, but we are not opposed to a little bit of teasing. You must be so adorable playing the field out there, and here I was worried that Sweetie Belle was socially awkward.
Who is socially awkward? I am developing normally.
Really? Because the other day you smothered a butterfly and declared it as an offering to some made-up little religion.
Religion is perfectly ordinary. Everybody worships an actual god horse that raises the sun every single day like it has nothing better to do.
Yes, a real live god who actually shows up to public fundraisers and talks about the economy.
When I refer to the blind idiot god from whence all chaos and destiny stem, I am of course referring only to the same god horse that everyone else worships. All ponies experience religion in their individual ways, and in that matter, I am just as everyone else. There is nothing suspicious about smothering a butterfly and offering it to the void beyond the universe.
Sweetie Belle, most of us worship her by paying taxes, you know. She's much more vocally appreciative of that than she is of sacrificing living creatures.
I am worshipping in my own way, just as all ponies do. It's perfectly ordinary.
Let's back up to loving the little boys at school, baby. I bet you have all kinds of stories.
Oh, about when I attended school? Well, I certainly do. You know, I was a great fashionista even back then. I knew that the key to good clothing design was a bedazzler and a wide selection of mismatched rhinestones. Of course, not everyone could share my genius.
Now, these are lovely, Rarity, but I worry they might be a bit on the gaudy side.
Too gaudy? Bitch, are you drunk on power or on wine?
That awful teacher forced me to slave away, redesigning my precious costumes to be plain, dull, and boring, just like the entire performance they were designed for. Honestly, I know it's cute to dress your child up as a pie, but parents need to seek deeper inspiration. But then it hit me.
Let me keep the rhinestones, or I will collaborate with your political enemies.
Now, she didn't think I could at first, but it turned out that I was a better actor than the kids on stage, and an excellent saboteur, if I may say so myself. And that's how Toothpaste Afro and Miss Cheerilee played the part of a bedazzled pie and a bunch of bananas, respectively. Afterward, I got my cutie mark.
Okay, define socially awkward for me. Because I'm honestly trying to learn here, and I can't tell which one of us is doing things wrong. And I think it is you.
Fine, Sweetie Belle. You know, if I didn't know you were my sister, I would think that we weren't even related. But you've had your lunch, now go out and play.
Every time I talk to my sister, I feel so stupid.
You just don't know how to talk to the ladies, baby. You gotta be more smooth.
I brush my hair regularly. There is nothing wrong with the smoothness of my coat.
Well, if you let me verify that, baby, I'll take your word for it.
Very well. You may test my smoothness when our journey of fun has ended.
Pinky is in the wagon now. Yes.
There, you see? I told you guys, it is perfectly normal to coalesce into existence sometimes.
Yes, Pinky's ways are best. And Pinkie Pie hears you strive for the seduction of Twilight Sparkle. Yes. Baby, we merely strive as nature intended for the seduction of any living thing that can be seducted. Pinky bears to you the story.
We are small children and have nothing in common with you.
Yes.
Fine. Hang out with us, but try to act like you are teaching so it isn't weird.
Once upon a time, there was the Pinkie Pie. Yes. She was extraordinarily pink. Silence! Yes. In the days of Pinky's past, Pinky slaved upon the rock farms. It is there that she tasted oppression.
A rock farm? That's dumb. Y'all can't grow rocks.
Where do you think cobblestone roads are born from? Yes. Pinky appears mysteriously in your wagon, and you question the value of collecting stones for the construction. You question the origin of your cobbles. Yes.
Should we question how y'all got in the wagon?
No. Yes. Pinky would punish you. And Pinky knows punishment, for her father obtained the sideburns of disdain and used them upon the Pie family. Each day we lived in fear that the sideburns would come for us. Yes, where some of the small child persuasions are in terror of the monster beneath the bed, Pinky fears only the facial hairs in the darkness.
There are many things you should fear in the darkness.
Foolish child! Yes, many a repugnant thing had reached from the shadows of Pinky's father's sideburns. As Pinky dreamed, she lived upon the peninsula of Zura, Yes, wherein the Sideburns reign, the supreme ruler.
Your father's sideburns rule Zura, as in the city of unattainable pleasures.
Yes, and their will was absolute.
Why have these sideburns sided with Twilight Sparkle?
You ask Pinky why? It is because the blind god is incapable of defending his own. Yes, it is as though through a kaleidoscope that Pinky sees. But Pinky sees the power slipping and dancing away in her dreams. Not to Twilight specifically. The Sweetie Bells sleep the same as Pinkie Pie!
Possibly. Only if most ponies have these kinds of dreams. Otherwise, no.
We have no idea what you're talking about, baby, but it sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh. Then, I have no idea what's going on either. But divulge all you know immediately.
Well, Pinky threw a party for Pinky's little sister, yes, and it was a very successful party, and it was then that Pinky achieved her cutie mark.
No! Go back to the part about the peninsula of Zura.
Pinky's memories have popped like the gripe. Yes, nothing remains. Sometimes Pinky obtains the twitches and foresees the future, but tell no one. Yes.
I seriously had no idea what she was talking about. All is proceeding in a way that is not alarming.
Hey guys, I hear you're listening to everybody's stories.
Baby, I would love to hear about anything you have to say.
Oh, well, I got this really good one that I heard. Are you guys ready? Is that cool?
You're cool, baby. You're about as cool as you are sexy, which is pretty darn sexy. Hooah!
Aw, okay. So, anyway, when AJ was just a little girl, she was all like, I'm not running around this farm, because, she was getting to be that age where kids start to be rebellious. She decided that today she was going to sell oranges. I mean, she didn't really want to sell oranges, but I think she was hoping that maybe everyone would miss her if she left for a while. Sometimes, you've just got to get away from your family, but AJ was a little too little for that, so she stayed with her other family, and they happened to live in Manhattan. It's like a big city where all kind of ponies live together, only instead of knowing each other, they avoid eye contact. It's also really expensive. Anyway, those really rich ponies would talk to Applejack and she wouldn't know how to respond. They'd be like, what's a rooster? Because they'd never seen a rooster. And AJ would wonder, should I tell them it's a bird? Or should I make up a lie and pretend it's something more exciting? It's a party, I should be interesting. But then it was too late. They brought some food, and the portions were really tiny, and it was rated with the Maginot Star. So basically it was like the kind of stuff most ponies never taste in a lifetime. They bring out the one little one, and you think, oh, is this all? But then they come out with more stuff, and they keep going all night until you're full. If you're really trying to impress a girl who's kind of the romantic type, it's crazy expensive. Like 500 bits for a meal or something, but the girl will just be blown away.
Baby, that is the first story someone's told us today that didn't have advice that specifically and only pertained to the pony telling the story. And for that I thank you. I will bear that in mind. Maginot Star. Keeping it.
You're welcome.